Hello traders, out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade. Let the music go. This is the weekend edition, good through December 2nd, 2018. And the markets in the week bullish. You can see here, everybody in bullish territory of quite a bit. Crude oil down again, down 1.3, silver down, gold down, VIX dropping. We're at 18.1 on the VIX, so we're down below 20. Bitcoin is just, anyways, it's starting to pull back a little bit here. It had a little bounce, pulled back, but we're at 4,000. Just yesterday we were at 6,500. And that's it. Let's take a look here at the markets. We got the weeklies to go over, the monthlies. We got a lot to go over here in what we're doing. All right, the markets have broken a trend line. This is the S&P daily chart. This is good news. We had a sell and then we popped up, buy, up. We broke that, finding resistance at the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average. That's where we're at, but we broke this trend line. That's really decent news. If you look here, MACD centered oscillator, it looks like it's starting to come together a little bit. You can see the histograms getting smaller there. If that happens, this could be trying to find a top before it pulls back, but I suspect it to stay above this trend line when it does, if and when it does. If you look here at the weekly chart, this is a big pop. See this? We had a sell on the weekly, but now we have a big pop. I'm going to put a buy on the weekly, okay? That looks really promising, at least for the next week. You see, next week we could be going bullish here. Not too shabby. If you look for the month is over. I put a sell on it last month, and this is where we're at. I see next week going higher, so the month will come up, but I think this area is going to be resistance. So I think 1 week of bullish activity before we see more perhaps downside movement. And you can see the big negative divergence there on the monthly chart. If you look here at the diamonds, a lot of the same thing taking place on the diamonds. We got a buy on it. We're heading higher. Found resistance at the 50-day moving average. If you look here at the weekly, I'm going to put a buy on that one too. Even though we haven't broke this trend line yet, and we have the 200-week or 20-week moving average acting as resistance, I think that we're moving in that direction, so I'm okay with putting the buy on that. If you look here at the monthly, put a sell on last month. This month we just did a sideways lateral move. It's a higher low, but a lower high. It's an inside trading candle. It's a lot of indecision here. But due to what I'm seeing here in the MACD on the divergence, and how we missed the resistance line here, the shadows got over it, but the real bodies did not. This tells me that this is quite weak. And matter of fact, I could put another trend line here. If you go to groktrade.com, so that trend line's good, and go to the top of the page and you can see the trend line course, but see how we're down below that? That's just nasty. If you look here at the Nasdaq tech stocks, look at this. We broke the trend line on Friday, gang. That's pretty bullish there. I like what I'm seeing there on the bullish front, and we had a bullish divergence, and so we see upside potential happening there. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly, I had a buy. Where's my sell? There's my sell. Now it's going to be a buy. For you guys who are new, I put buy and sells, and you can follow along with those. And let's go. Thanks for all the comments on the last video, by the way, you guys. Appreciate that. It was very interesting to read everyone's thoughts. If you look here at the monthly on the Nasdaq, have a drop. We have a lower high, lower low. This is problem city here, guys. Problem city for what we're looking at on the monthly chart of the Nasdaq. It's not good. Russell's 2000 daily chart. If we look here, we got a buy. So that one broke a few days ago. and stayed above. We're above the 20-day moving average. It's relatively pretty strong. If you look here at, so I had a buy and it pulled back to this big support here. So I'm going to stay with my buy on this one, but I had to sit under some heat the last few weeks. If I look here at the monthly, same thing. So we put a sell on it for last month. This month we had this inside trading candlestick, but we found resistance at the 20-month moving average. Markets in the long term is just not good, guys. Not good at all. Not good. Any long positions out there for long-term holds should be, you should be looking to protect those. Also at Grok Trade right above, groktrade.com, at the top of the page there's one on hedging. Hedging will teach you how to hedge yourself, hedge your monies, while we could be looking to be topping out here. Financials are important to me because I like to know what's happening, and the underlying market tends to have its strength or weakness driven by financials. Financial market here looks fairly strong. We have a buy and it pulled back to this area and it popped up. I'll stay with that. Sit under a lot of turbulence. And if you look here at the weekly chart, it's a big bull flag. See this? Up, bull flag. But the problem is we broke this major trend line. When we broke that, now we're going into this kind of a little mini bear flag. Man, this one's hard for me to want to put a buy on. Very, very hard to want to put a buy on this one. But I think I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and put a buy on this. But that could turn around to bite me. That could do it. A monthly chart on the financials. We had this symmetrical triangle, popped up, popped down, and we're above the 20-month moving average. That's interesting. Do I want to put a buy on that? I'm going to wait for confirmation to the upside. Look at this chop that we've been in on the monthly. The monthly, the weekly, everybody's in this big, nasty chop. Big, nasty chop. US dollar, if you look here at the US dollar, I have a buy on it. I'll stay with my buy, but it's symmetrical triangle, but this huge rising wedge. I got a buy on it. See if it will pop up over this. It looks like it started to, and it came right back down. Ew, that could be a jab. This could drop pretty quickly. If it does, I'm going to reverse my buy into a sell on the US dollar. If you look here at the weekly on the US dollar, I got a buy on it. It's still trickling higher. I'll stay with that. And the monthly, hanging man and a tweezer top. You know what? Let's go ahead and take profits on the US dollar. Let's put a sell on that. Put a sell on that. Let's take our profits on that one. Crude oil had a buy on it and then turn around, make it a sell, and it's drop. Oh, look at this volume. That's capitulation. Look for a bottom being put in. This could be ready to go north, especially with the bullish divergence. Oh, yes. You know what, guys? I'm putting a buy on oil. There's my buy call. And let's go do the weekly. There's the weekly. I have a sell on it. So we sold that at 1560 and we're at 970. So even say 1670 to 970. Well, what's that percentage? I mean, that's a huge gain on that call. Wow. I'm going to wait another week before I put a buy on that, see what it does. But I like what I'm seeing on the MACD. The monthly, this month, I had to put a sell on it. So I already did that one earlier. I was looking at it. So there it is. But wait a second. I think that was supposed to be there. But there it is. That's what it is. I hate that because I hadn't looked at the monthly call yet. Hate when I make mistakes like that. Just moving over one makes all the difference in the world, as you can see here. Because that one closed below the 8 EMA. That was my call. My call should have been right there. And I just didn't get it moved over. I hate that. Laziness on my part. All right, let's take a look at silver. Silver. Here's the daily chart on silver. Ooh, I got a sell on it. Silver is going to get a buy now. Silver is going to get a buy on the daily. The weekly, I have a buy on it, sitting through some. As long as it stays above this support level, I'm good with my buy. Let's just see if we can stay above that. This area of support. This 1319 is kind of important to me on the weekly chart. Monthly, I have a buy on it, but it's building a low base. That's no good. If this thing were to drop below this area, I'm going to have to put a sell on it. It could certainly do that. Let's look at gold. Gold daily chart. I got a buy on it. Boom, it popped down. Wow, what a interesting little... Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So I'll stay with my... Okay, I'm good with my buy on that. And that is the weekly. The monthly, I have a buy on it. It's short-lived. That could be a sell soon, guys. That could be a sell pretty soon. Not liking the monthly gold. Not at all. VIX, volatility index. Got a sell on it. Down, 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 down. It's dropping, so that's interesting. I have a buy on the weekly, but do I want to change that buy? I do. It's going to go. It blew up on me. It didn't pop. So there's the weekly. Has to be a sell now. And the monthly, I have a buy on it, but it's just moving sideways. That's what that is. Quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a drop. Had a hammer. It popped. Put a buy on it. And I'll stay with my buy at the moment. Weekly, ooh, a tweezer bottom. I'm going to put a buy on the weekly on Bitcoin. And monthly, it's just trash. But we have the rising. Oh, what? That's the 43. That's the 43 moving average. So no buy on that. Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Not a long time. So it's interesting. I had a very interesting chat today with a gentleman. His name's Phil. Phil watches my videos, and he's been watching for some time. But he goes, D7, Dez is my real name. He goes, I just feel inadequate. Like I'm trying. He's a businessman. He feels like, and you're listening now, Phil. Calling your wife, let her know that I'm talking about you. He feels inadequate. He's a brilliant businessman, and he has investments everywhere. He watches the videos, but he feels inadequate. Like there's a jargon here he doesn't quite understand yet, and he feels like that perhaps this trading is too difficult. For where he's at. He's in his 60s now, but looks like he's in his early 50s and has the energy of somebody in their early 30s. But he was asking, is it too difficult? And then he asked himself, do I even have enough time? So let me kind of bring you in as a fly on the wall on how I responded to him. Because the reason I was listening so intently to what he was sharing is because the average person who watches my videos, I have this intrinsic desire for them to be the best that they can be in the markets, to reach their full trading potential in the markets. I know there's a lot of individuals that just won't get the requisite education to lay the foundation which is needed to reach their full potential in the live markets and to trade with confidence. And it's kind of like Immanuel Kantism. I'm getting philosophical here, but the concept is, should you build a dam for energy for the common good of the people if you know roughly 8 people will die building that dam? And the question is the value of 8 lives worth the convenience of energy and power for the common good of the community? for me, I know sometimes my videos, they give the false impression that something that they could go and take my information off of these free videos and go and trade with it, and usually bad things happen to a trading account if this is all the further a person gets with their trading. So far as I'm concerned, I hope that no one goes out and trades until they get the right foundation, requisite education to be able to trade and to do it well. But the question is, where is the right information? How can you get the right education? And, can you do it through books, going to college, going to, webinars and seminars online or in person? And I'm going to say no to all those, and let me explain to you why. When I went to college, there was a course on trading. I didn't take it because they were teaching more of investment, and there is a problem with that. The problem with investing inherently is the markets have these major pullbacks, and they're significant pullbacks. So how do you mitigate major market corrections like the 2000 when the market, the technology bubble popped and the market had a sizable sell-off, or in 2007, 2008 when we had a financial crash and it really sold off? I mean, right now we're dealing with huge debt. We're knocking at the door $22 trillion in debt. Our deficit keeps increasing along with our debt. It's just crazy. And the question is, are we set to drop in the markets? And we're going up, 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 up. We're up over 9 years now. And that is statistically, you hear my dog? Let me explain to you what's happening. Hold on. Hey, Walter. So, that's great. My daughter has a rabbit, and my daughter has a rabbit. So found it out at a like a park, and someone didn't want the rabbit anymore, let it go. Shame on them. But my daughter actually caught the rabbit, and it's a tame rabbit, and in that. It's a tame rabbit. So we got the rabbit. Now when the rabbit, every once in a while, we'll let it run around the house and the dog chases it. So that's what you're hearing right there. So going back, the question is, what's the right thing? Well, I'll tell you this. I went to college, but the problem is colleges will never teach you what you need to learn how to trade and trade effectively, okay, to be a trader, utilizing technical analysis. The problem with books is there's a lot of books on technical analysis, a lot of books on fundamental analysis, a lot of books on psychological analysis. But there is an inherent problem built into them, is that they're all someone's opinion or study individually. And if you try to read more than two of them, and try to put them all together, it becomes a cluster of information that can't be used. And what you'll find is there's this paralysis of analysis that takes place. Seminars or webinars, same thing. You have somebody giving you information and giving you guidance and direction, but as soon as you take another one, you try to blend those together and you're in trouble. And then you start researching all the indicators and oscillators, and you put them on top of each other, and then when they all line up, you're buying in after it's already had its run. You're way too late. So I found that in my own trading to be a problem. So what I ended up doing was I found a mentor. The mentor is what did it for me. And that's why you hear me talking about mentoring all the time, is because I know that is your saving grace. I know mentoring is the answer. I know that's what's going to help you reach your full potential. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. I've taught over 860 students individually myself, with Mark and Luis and the others. 2,500 students we've mentored. Many of them are full-time traders today. But here's but I want to get back to my point here. When I do these videos, Phil, the guy I was speaking with just today, he would be my target market to help. So if if I could, communicate what needs to be communicated to you, Phil, to say, I want this level of education, then I'll know that is my communication and how I need to communicate with others. Because let me answer a few questions. You don't want to put your money just with the broker who doesn't know, because I know a lot of brokers, guys. I know you guys who are brokers watching my video right now who've gone through my program. You're different because now you know technical analysis. You can use that to your benefit, so you're not sitting through major pullbacks in the markets and losing money for your clients. Technical analysis is where it's at, but most brokers, they don't have that level of information. They're glorified salespeople that selling their products, and it's a buy and hold from there. So when this market does pull back, which it will, I promise you, it will pull back, and it'll be a nasty little pullback when it happens. Question is, will it last 3 years like the other ones normally do? Or since we've doubled the bull market, will it pull back 6 years? If we pull back 6 years, that is a significant, that'd be a real hard pill to swallow for everybody. A lot of monies will drain out of the markets, but not for technical analysts. We will know that when areas are broken, to be out of the markets or to reverse it and make money when the markets do crash and burn, for whatever period of time. You can make money 66% faster when that happens, just because the markets drop 66% faster than they rise. And so the question is, should you put it with a broker? And I say usually no. Usually no. But Phil said time was another problem. He runs businesses. He's active in this. And he goes, I just don't have time. I said, well, hold on. There's different styles of trading. You don't have to be a day trader where you're at your computer all day. But you can be a swing trader, which you just put on your trades in the evening or in the morning. And all you need to do is put 45 minutes into it. And I promise you this, when you become educated and you do that, you'll put more than 45 minutes into it because it gets addicting, because you know what you're doing, and it's like finding gold. The more you want to search for that gold when you're looking for these stocks to trade. Well, but there's another thing called investment trading. That's where you only look at it once a week. So on the weekends, you look at it and say, do I need to change any of my trading, any of my trades? So I need to get in them or get out of them. What do I need to do with those? Just once a week. That's investment trading. So every couple months, you'll probably make a trade, with that individual security. So my point in saying all that is this: the markets are diverse, and the markets can fit the person, but not everybody should be trading. The only people that should be trading are those who are fully educated. We believe, and I believe this to my core, because this is the only reason we have a mentoring program is because the mentoring program was what helped me. Because that's what helped me. It wasn't books or seminars or webinars. It wasn't anything else. It was a mentor that I could ask my questions, and I could fill in the gaps that I had, that a book doesn't know what gaps I have. You have to read the whole book and hope that you can grab things out of it. A mentor, I can say, let's just get into where I'm having issues right there. A mentor also allows me to give my trades. They can analyze my trades, and they can hone in quickly on my weaknesses. That's what we do for people. We look at your trades, we hone in on your weaknesses and say, here's the weakness you need to fix. Here's our suggestions on how to fix that. And then you trade again, and we get you dialed in. So, yeah, that's it. We have a mentorship coming up next weekend. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Is that 8th, 9th, and 10th, I think? 8th, 9th, 10th. And, Wednesday, the market's not open. Because it's a day of mourning for President Bush. The number 41 has passed away, and the markets will not be open on Wednesday. But if you want to join us, and especially if you're a beginner trader, this would be a good class for the beginners. If you're interested in that, just go to groktrade.com and click on mentoring and fill out the form there. We'll get in touch with you as soon as possible, and we'll just talk through what that might mean about you perhaps joining us this coming weekend. All right. Woo, my monologue was longer than my video. I'm glad you're still with me. If you're still with me, say I made it to the end. But hey, I got a phone call from President Trump That's up next. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hello there. Hi, D7. This is your president, Donald Trump. Sorry it's been a while. I've been putting some things in order. I had to go have tea with the Queen. She was just ecstatic that I was there. She said I was fantastic, that they should have had me president years ago. But more importantly, just wanted to tell you guys, August mentorship program was fantastic. Mark the Meerkat, you're great. My stocks are on the rise. Just wanted to let you guys know, lost my house apparently, but I did not lose any money in the stocks. You guys are great. Your mentors are great. Grok Girl, you're fantastic. I loved meeting you. You're great. D7, great as always. Just had a bit of time here. Got to go back to running the country again. Keep up the good work, and we'll chat with you guys again. Hopefully it won't be as long this time. Running the country isn't as easy as running a golf course, I tell you that. So I'm going to check you guys later. Have a great day. Mark the Meerkat, love you. D7, love you. Grok Girl, love you too. Take care.
Guys, last couple weeks, you've lost probably 8 to 10 times more in your portfolio than what an education from us would have cost you. Invest in yourself. There's no greater expense than being ignorant and what market tuition will cost you. Do yourself a favor, look us up for mentoring. It's 3 days. We have one coming up. Go to Grok Trade. There's top of Grok Trade. I'm not even going to show you the website. Go to groktrade.com. At the top, there's a button there for hedging. You can take the hedging course. That to help you during this time, so you don't get your head handed to you. But if you want to make money in this volatility, if you're just don't want your head handed to you, then mentoring. I'm not here peddling it to you, but what just irks me to no end is individuals who think that autodidacticism, that's trying to learn something themselves, is the smart way to go. And they think that learning to trade is something that you can get yourself. I'm telling you, I thought I blew through 2 accounts until one day I woke up and thought, I can't do it myself. Don't let that be you. Don't let your money dry up. Don't lose money in the markets. Learn to be savvy. Kill it out there. Be a shark. Don't be bait fish. Be the person out there that's the smart one, that has a system in place. Trading is significant. It can be the best thing that's ever happened to you and your family. Or it could be one of the heartaches, one of the broken dreams of your tomorrow. But I'll pose this one question to you. If you go through our trading mentorship, if you're like, man, I'm in, I don't care what it costs because I'd rather put my money invested into education than lose it in the markets. If that is you, ask yourself, after you go, we give you all the tips, all the tricks, we give you everything. We pull out the stops for you and give you everything to reach your full potential in trading. We give it all to you. From this date, 1 year from now, where will you be? How will your life, how will it have changed? That question will tell you everything you need to know. GrokTrade.com. Check us out. Catch you guys later. We'll see ya.